everyone! So, about a jillion years ago, Elena Fender and I became friends and bonded over the fact that we were both bisexual people in relationships that society would likely look at and label heterosexual, i.e. we were both bi ladies dating men. Being bi, but frequently being perceived as straight, can be an interesting and sometimes challenging thing to navigate. A few months ago, Elena and I got together and filmed a video biologuing about it. Roll clip! Did you ever consider never coming out?
Oh, absolutely. I think that was one of the first things we ever talked about, was how I thought it wasn't relevant to my life because I was in a relationship with a man, and so I thought, why come out? Why stir the pot? Why potentially upset people to tell them this thing that's not relevant?
So I remember I came out to my best friend as bi, and then that kind of went undiscussed for a long time because we were both nervous to talk about it. Then I started dating my ex-boyfriend, and one of the first questions my best friend asked me when that relationship commenced was, "Are you going to tell Sam you're bi?" And I just shrugged and said, "I don't know." And I think I said I don't know because I was nervous about the way Sam would receive that. And like you said, I didn't think there was really any point to tell him because I really liked Sam and I only planned on dating Sam. Being bi, as we know, doesn't have to mean being polyamorous.
Absolutely not.
So it wasn't like Sam had to know because I planned on having side relationships with women.
It didn't feel relevant.
It didn't feel relevant. But I don't really feel that way. It was relevant. It was who I was.
Exactly. That's exactly it. And just because it is relevant doesn't mean that you need to come out to anybody at all. That's totally a personal choice. But just know that it is relevant, it is important, it is valid, it is a part of who you are. I feel like I needed someone to tell me that it did matter.
So not only is your sexuality valid, but coming out to a partner isn't stirring the pot or inconvenient or like causing drama for drama's sake. If you're worried that it will come off that way, it shouldn't if the person that you're talking to is open-minded and accepting and educated. Like,
yeah. I was thinking that before, but I was like, how do I say?
If the person that you're talking to is worth it, essentially, is worth you being with, they're not gonna think you're being attention-seeking or weird or unnecessary for coming out. They will realize that it's a part of who you are and that you're sharing it with them because you want them to know more about you, because you care about them.
Yeah.
If you are bi, then
I am.
and you're in what society would look at and label a heterosexual relationship, when's the right time to come out?
Whenever you feel right about it. It just comes down to trusting yourself, and this applies to so many situations, not even just coming out. You trust yourself because you have the answers. You do. You know better than other people. Nobody can tell you when to come out, when not to come out. You know.
My therapist often calls it a gut feeling, and she encourages me to tap into my gut feeling, and that's so ambiguous that it annoys the shit out of me. I'm like, I don't know what a gut feeling feels like, or when it happens, or what it's telling me, Jamie. And she's like, I know. Gut feelings are hard to read, and you just have to embrace that. But she is right.
You also have to make sure that you're safe.
Yeah.
It's also an asterisk that I always have to put, that I hate that I have to put, but we live in a world where LGBTQ people are not always safe, whether it's in your relationship or your home or whatever it is. First, worry about your safety, and if you know you're in a space that no matter what their reaction is, you're safe, then trust yourself and go with your gut.
Have you ever been with any male partners who have expressed any kind of like biphobia or hesitancy about you being bi? And if so, how did you handle it?
Not from partners, because since I've come out, Dels has been my only partner, but just from people in general, absolutely. I've gotten people who know that I have a male partner and then they find out that I'm bisexual, literally say, lucky guy. I've also had someone find out that I was bi and then want me to have a threesome with them and their partner, and when I said no, I've actually never told this story before, and when I said no, his partner later told me that he went back to her and was like, I thought you said she was bi. She's gay? As if because I didn't want to have a threesome with him.
Bi means super promiscuous.
Well, or as if bi means must be attracted to you. It really irked me because he assumed that because I didn't want to have sex with him and his partner, that I must be gay.
So I've had a different experience, because that sounds like people hear you're bi and they almost like embrace your sexuality and want to run with it, and unfortunately in a really sexual way.
Right, that has been my experience a lot of the time.
So my experience was a little different. This wasn't my ex-boyfriend, this was someone that I was like casually dating in between my ex-boyfriend and Grace. But I remember I told them I was bi, and they said a few things that displayed their reluctancy for me to embrace my bisexuality. They were really reluctant to me talking about it online, and they were really reluctant to me ever expressing as gay. Like, their mom had a short haircut. They said, "You'd never cut your hair like that, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, just never. Why would I look like that?"
Yeah.
And then I remember them saying, "If we ever don't work out, please don't date a girl after, it'd be weird." And like, that was really...
Oh my god.
And those weren't like the hugest of deals.
Yeah.
But when they happened, they did make me inside like shrivel a little. And I was
Absolutely.
like, oh, no.
Anytime anyone tries to tell you how to dress or how to date or how to do anything, it's not okay.
Any big wrap-ups or takeaways that you want to mention?
You can be in whatever relationship you want and still be bi.
You can be in a relationship that society would look at and call heterosexual. You can be in a relationship that society would look at and call gay.
You can dress however you want. You can be very feminine presenting. You can be masculine presenting. You can be androgynous. You can be whatever you want.
You can
still
identify
be bi.
as non-binary.
Yep.
But if you identify as bi, you're bi. So we're gonna say, okay, bi on the count of 3.
We filmed a video on my channel.
Oh, I don't want to tell them about that.
Okay, bye!
Follow me on Twitter.